Hello and welcome to the Auto Loons YouTube channel. We are back with some more Gran Turismo Sport. Making a comeback to this series with a new Vision car. Now this is not a Group X car, but it's a Concept Group 3 car. That's right, it's the Mazda RX-Vision GT3 Concept 2020, which was added to the game in I think like late May. I assume it would have had some sort of global unveil had there not been a global lockdown at the moment. But no complaints, it's in the game, I can play it, you can play it, great. The reason this is a GT3 and not a Group X car might be because it's based on a previous RX Vision concept that was like a street car, which was showcased in 2015 at the Tokyo Motor Show. And this just takes that as the base and then adds all the GT3 aero package. It's wider, it's got a massive spoiler, massive rear diffuser, side exit exhaust, extended splitters, and some extra vents and scoops on that long bonnet design. Even though this is a GT3 concept car, it's not hard to identify this as a Mazda. Probably because the original RX Vision was sort of based on the principles of Mazda's Kodo design philosophy. So it has the same front engine, two-seater, long bonnet, short rear end body type. I think it's time we take the RX Vision GT3 concept to the track and see what it's like to drive. And we're gonna take it to the Fuji Speedway. I think the first thing I have to notice is that distinct rotary engine sound, but more on that later. Let's check out the cabin view. Immediately I noticed that it looks nothing like the cabin of the RX Vision 2015 concept. That had a classic style large steering wheel, analog instrument cluster, and a manual shifter. This one, being a GT3 car, has a racing steering wheel, a kind of minimalistic digital instrument cluster, and paddle shifters. Let's see how this baby launches with no traction control. And as you can see, I struggle to get some grip off the line. I mean, I haven't played GT Sport with zero traction control and a rear wheel drive Mazda in a long time. Even the old school RX-7 in the game is quite tricky for me to handle. And even though this is running on racing slicks hard compound, the rear tires just love to spin before they get any grip. But the best part is that this engine loves to rev. And remember, I said this is a rotary engine. That's right. The lineage is not just in the design, it's in the engineering as well. The GT3 Vision concept, or rather Mazda RX Vision concept, uses a new gen Skyactiv R 4-motor rotary engine, which in the GT3 version is putting out around 570 PS of power and around just under 540 Nm of torque. So that's kind of part of keeping it within like Group 3 regulations for the game. A big part of the Mazda driving experience. It's light, it's nimble, it's twitchy, and you can tell that from how much I'm struggling to kind of keep it in control. But I love the way it just keeps revving and revving and revving. It just keeps pulling. I'm not gaining a lot of speed like I would with the modern twin turbo engine, like a V8. But I love the sound this makes, and I'm not going slow either. It takes a little getting used to being lighter on the throttle. I'm using a gamepad, so I have to be very careful with my inputs on the right trigger. But once you get a hold of the gearing and kind of get used to how the rear end likes to kind of swing around, you can kind of start getting better times out of the GT3 car. Now, one thing I want to focus on is that I'm glad. Oops, and I lost it, and just completely lost it. What I was going to say before I completely embarrassingly spun out was that I think one of the reasons Gran Turismo put this out as a Group 3 concept car was that they wanted people to be able to, and I completely missed a breaking point again. I think Mazda the reason GT Sport put this out as a Group 3 concept was that they alongside Mazda would like people to be able to compete with this car, and a lot of tournaments and even like the daily races or just open lobbies with friends. Group 3 classification cars are kind of like the go-to for competitive or semi-competitive e-racing, and a Group X model would have kind of restricted that or made it hard to make it a fair playing field without making it single make. That's why I think the Group 3 concept works better for the game, and we might see more of that in the future. We're gonna try and sort of launch control this thing again, try and get a grip on it, and it takes a while to get the power down. Let's try again. That was alright, that was better than last time. I would also say that if you're playing with a steering setup, you might just have some fun drifting this thing because it's so easy to kind of get it into a spin. But it's hard to control with a joystick. As I proved by spinning out in that exact same corner once again. But yeah, it's a fun car to drive, it's fun to in the game. It sounds amazing thanks to that rotary engine. And overall I think it's just a fun car to have in the game that you can actually compete with. It looks amazing, the liveries options with this, especially the anime ones, will be amazing. Switching to the third person outside view to admire the exterior design of this car in motion. I love it's just got something about it. It's instantly recognizable as a Mazda, especially with those round tail lamps and the soul red crystal paint job, and it just looks like it's straight out of a racing anime and onto the track, and it'll be a great moment if Mazda brings back a new gen rotary to the sports car market and takes on the new Toyota Supra. Trying to drift it in some corners, or rather trying to not drift it or just catch the slide, is part of the fun when you're just playing around with the RX-Vision GT3. But it also kind of, if it doesn't work out, it's very embarrassing. But hey, it's a fun game, it's a fun car. Anyways guys, that was a review, and after a few practice laps I was able to get a bit more control over the RX-Vision GT3 Concept. And here's a replay lap of one of the better ones. Hope you enjoy. That's it for this episode of the Gran Turismo Sport Vision cars. It's not a Group X, but it is a Vision car, so it's part of the series. And there are a couple of more that have come out in the last many months that I have not covered the series, and I'm hoping I'll get to that. There'll be more diecast content coming next week, so stay tuned, subscribe, comment which is your favorite Group X car in Gran Turismo Sport, and what do you expect from the next Gran Turismo game, which I think should be the highlight or debut game for the PlayStation 5. Also, don't forget to check out the Auto Loons blog, link is in the description, for lots more automotive content, including news, Formula 1, and other interesting topics. Thanks for watching.